Namaste. Good evening to one and all. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360's episode LC0118. Leaders Connect 360 is a CSR initiative by Bija Training and organized by the Mass Leadership. My name is Nalai Senior Manager Quality from Wirelcon Friction System India Limited, Chennai. Leaders Connect 360 is started with the specific objective of inviting 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. It's an online hub where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we learn from top management leaders on Zoom Live, and once in a quarter in each city, we have an offline networking meet to network, support, and grow with the leaders. That's when we call it Leaders Create More Leaders. Currently, all are muted, and we will be giving an opportunity to speak with our guest, Ms. Vasundhara Talware and guide, and Dr. Aruna Sankaranarayanan. Before you are unmuted, let me share that we are currently live on LinkedIn, and this episode LC0118 is being recorded. The first-time visitors may click on WhatsApp, Facebook, and a LinkedIn link on the chat box to get update and joining us creating more leaders. All in-house are requested to turn on your videos to see your smiling faces, which will help in the making this episode highly interactive. So are we all ready to have an interesting session with our guest, Ms. Vasundhara Talware, the yoga life coach and spiritual guide, and the author of the week, Dr. Aruna Sankaranarayanan, on the topic of yoga and the leadership. Then share a thumbs up or smiley emoji on the chat box. Thank you. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also take the privilege to introduce Mr. Pankaj Vyas from the Mass Leadership, who will interact with our guest along with the panel discussion leader, Ms. Divya, International Life Coach. I shall welcome you all. Over to Pankaj sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nallai. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. Good evening, visitors, leaders, and our special guest, Ms. Vasundhara. So we welcome you. I welcome you on behalf of Bija Training, the Mass Leadership, and the Leaders Connect. So here's a very special day. That's the Yoga Day. And I believe this has been one of the most busiest day for our guest today, Ms. Vasundhara. So she might be occupied since early morning today, and she has taken out time for us to share her experience and expertise. And I believe for sure, we all will be able to take away some learnings in terms of yoga. Yoga is something which I've been able to experience, but till now, I don't think that I've been aligned myself to the sincerity it requires for yoga actually to test the real results. So for sure, madam, I would like to have some tips from you so that I can put yoga in my day-to-day life and can really test the result which people talk about yoga, right? So before I will not take much of the time. So before we move forward, we will have a formal introduction of our guest. Also, we will have the introduction of our panel discussion leader, Ms. Divya. And post our panel discussion, there will be a quiz so that we will also get to know that how sincerely people are listening to the words of our guest today. So the quiz winner will get a book. So today we have the author, Ms. Aruna Sankaranarayanan. So she will be happy to share about her book, and she will be giving away one of her book to the winner of the quiz today. And then we'll have an open house. So people will be getting an opportunity to speak to our guest and ask certain questions. And post that, we'll have a summary for the entire session, and then we'll close. So that's how the session is going to be. So I again welcome Ms. Vasundhara on behalf of Leaders Connect to this LC118. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Pankaj ji, and the entire organizing team for having me here. And it is a pleasure to come inspire the leaders. Thank you
so much. So, Arul, may I request a formal introduction video for our guest today, please? Thank you, Arul. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction video. So formally, we welcome our guest, our author for the day, and our panel discussion leader. So Divya, over to you for the panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pankaj. Happy evening to all. Thank you very much, Vasundhara, for joining us. You create such a pleasant and a very humble atmosphere around. Great to see you. Great to be with you and connect with you on this special day. So to talk about yoga, I think it's all about today. It's like being a yoga day. So like Pankaj was talking about, even though we all know what is yoga, we all know what is a basic understanding of yoga, we all have different challenges in our own life to continuously or consistently go through and, live a life in that way, which is supposed to be. So that allows me to ask you a first question. How does yoga help for a working professional on their everyday life? Like be it their routine, be it their weekend, be it any sort of their everyday professional life. Only because I feel that only if I understand the necessity of it being a professional, I'd be dedicatedly doing on it. So in that concept, why don't you give us a light on that matter?
Thank you, Divya, for this wonderful question. Very, very important. Now, how many of you actually make a decision every single day of your life? Raise your hands.
Everyone.
Yeah?
Almost everybody.
Correct. How many of you have to give instructions to somebody or the other every single day of your life? Right? And everybody else has turned off their cameras, so I can't see your beautiful. How many of you have to discipline yourself to achieve something in your life every single day of your life? Raise your hands. Right? So the practice of yoga is nothing but achieving highest form of energy that you are capable of, so that you have a clear, uncluttered mind. When you have a clear, uncluttered mind, you can give instructions better. When you have a focused mind with ease, that focus is not effortful focusing. It's by default, ease of focus. It happens just so easily and in the flow. When you have this focus, won't you be able to make your decisions in a shorter amount of time?
Possibly.
Why not? Because when you are completely focused, what you are able to do in 4 hours, you are able to do it in 2 hours. And therefore, you can use the other 2 hours either to take care of yourself so that you can keep your energies raised, or you can do more and achieve more if that's the need. Therefore, each person, be it an entrepreneur or a housewife or anyone on this planet with a mind, a functioning mind and a functioning body, needs a yoga practice of their choice, be it anything that gets them to focus, that raises their prana and helps them breeze through life effortlessly.
Great. Now I am getting into an understanding of it makes me to be in a better place. My mind is calm, my mind is in peace, so that my everyday routine comes in place. I don't have to make an effort. If I put it in a very, realistic way, I don't have to put an effort to, instruct somebody, tell somebody, because I'm already at peace and it comes very naturally to me. So if my understanding is right. So yes. So,
and like I said, Divya, sorry to interrupt you, peace, the word peace,
yeah.
that is the outcome, the numero uno outcome of the yoga abhyas.
Right.
Out of which everything, your abundance, your manifestations, happiness, joy, all that manifests out of the whole crux, that is peace. And
Correct.
that yoga abhyas imparts to you. You're at peace with who you are, however you are. You're okay with your shortcomings. You're okay with your whatever lacks in life. You made peace with them and you are so joyful and happy that everything is just going to add to your life instead of deteriorate. So that's the magic of being in yoga with yourself, union with your own self.
So true. The pressure is reduced, things are smooth, and it's like you said, everything is in place. So
Yeah.
obviously we go into that area. So continuation of that question, I have one more which talks about the principles and practices of yoga. So how can these kind of principles and practices, when I say practices, I'm talking about have a mat, sit in a calm place, have a very serene environment. These kind of procedures or practices of yoga enhance leadership in me, the quality of leadership. I strongly believe that every personality has a leadership quality. So how can I enhance that quality, such as self-awareness, simple ways, empathy, resilience, and all these things? How do I enhance that? How do I improve it so that the other people also see it in my actions?
Okay, so your question is, how do you improve your leadership qualities, in short?
Correct.
Yoga practices.
Right.
Okay. And how do you create an ambiance for the sadhana? Is that what you were saying, with the yoga mat, with those,
I mentioned all that as a practices we follow. See, right now, as a layman, for me, when I think about yoga, what I all think about is that, first I need to purchase a yoga mat. And then I have to find an instructor. And then I have to go by it, whatever I need to be flexible. So these kind of small layman languages come in place. But what is the benefit out of it? When I practice it, not many people understand why yoga needs a mat. Not many people understand why yoga needs a serene environment, quiet environment, or an outer space. Not everybody understands. Everybody is doing it. I'm also doing it. That's all. So,
yeah, I see that you have a multiple questions. You have 2-3 questions into one. So let me answer one after the other.
Sure.
Questions at least within this.
Sure,
So
sir.
what do you need to practice yoga? Simplified.
Yeah.
Why do you need a mat? Is because Earth is a great conductor of energy, isn't it? And with your yoga abhyas, you're trying to raise your prana, raise your energy upwards. Energy is forever traveling downwards and gravitating towards Earth and releasing through.
Yeah.
So you need a mat as a surface to separate you from Earth, so that when you're seated, when you're doing your asana practice or you're meditating, you are separating yourself so that your energies are not drained down into the Earth. That's number one. Your mat can be anything. It could be a cloth, it could be a rug, it could be the regular yoga mat that you get outside, anything of your choice. That's one. What else do you need for your yoga practice? You need a good, healthy body. And for that, you need to have good food, healthy, sattvic, preferably healthy diet. So what does that mean? Eating lots of fresh, seasonal and local food. Very important for increasing your prana, conducive for your yoga abhyas. If you eat heavy food, your yoga abhyas will not be optimum, and therefore your pranas won't rise, and therefore the calming won't be optimum, and therefore the decluttering, the noise reduction will not be optimum. So you will see maybe a 10% increment in your productivity, but at the same time, if you follow these, say, diet restrictions, have more sattvic, fresh, raw, then you will see the space created within you. The cleansing happens at a deeper level, and therefore you can absorb more prana from the universe and make it your own and become a better, vibrant leader, person in your own life. What else do you need? You need a good teacher, for sure, to begin with. You cannot bypass, because there are wrong ways of doing certain things also, even if is not meant that way, but by mistake certain things need not be done that way. and therefore a good, experienced, old classical style who teaches the yoga the way it was traditionally meant to be, to slow down your breath, to slow down the number of thoughts in your mind, to slow down your body. That doesn't mean acting outside is slowed down, but the whole process, so that your body is at rest mode, so that your mind slows down, and therefore the cleansing, deep cleansing can happen, and therefore you have more capacity to deal with challenges outside. You are more ready, prepared. So that's what you need for a yoga practice. There are a lot of other things, but these three things are very, very important. And the good teacher will tell you what else you need in terms of a good rested body, what food you need to have, what are the time frames you need to keep, and so on and so forth. Now, to get to your next question, how does yoga help leaders? And that is, my question to you is, what is that one person that you lead every single day?
Possibly, I would say most of the I want to be a better leader by practicing few things.
Answer my sorry to cut you because we are short on time. What kind of people or who do you lead the most throughout the day?
Mostly who I associate with.
Mostly who you associate with. Anybody else who would like to answer? Who do you lead throughout the day? Yes, Alagu.
Yourself.
Yourself. Excellent. Yes, Krishni, would you like to say?
The same thing. I mean, the first person we lead is ourselves, is
Yes.
oneself.
Yes.
That's the first person we lead.
Absolutely. That's the answer I was looking for as well, that you lead yourself first. And then when you lead yourself best is when you can lead others better. And in order to lead yourself best, you need to decide, okay, this is the time I'm going to wake up at, I'm going to do my sadhana for so many minutes or whatever hours, I'm going to drink this, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to sleep at this time, and all of that. All that, when you lead yourself, all guns blazing, is when you will be better, in a better position to lead anyone and everyone. People sense your energy. They aren't just listening.
Link upload on the link.
Yes, Prabhakaranji? Okay, I think we can mute him.
Yes.
So my answer to your question is, what are the benefits of yoga in leadership? Is it teaches you to lead yourself slowly and steadily. You will not be 100% there, but with every single day's practice, with every single day's surrender, with every single day's effortless effort, you become a better leader of your own self. So it becomes, to the extent that you become mindful of what you are saying and you keep that word. That is yoga. It's not just about doing some physical movements on a mat. It is about the energy that you are consuming and then the same that you're giving out. That is yoga, the exchange. The words that you speak, the thoughts that you think, and the actions that you take, that becomes so mindful and done with awareness, makes you a better leader. Now, how do you make this with awareness? To increase the awareness, you need to silence your mind. So number one practice that has become very popular is the asana practice, which is the body movement practice. Now, why has that become popular? One, because of its health benefits, you get a glowing skin, you get a great body, all that shosha, that's become popular. But that's not what asana meant in olden days. What do you think asana was in the olden days? Anybody who would like to answer? Anybody knows? What was asana? What was the real meaning of asana?
I feel it's flexibility. One.
Okay, asan was flexibility. Okay. Anyone else?
Position.
Position. Okay. Asan in the olden time meant seat. Asan meant seat.
Yeah, right.
Integrating our senses. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. What asan meant was a seat. है ना? If you understand Hindi, पहले बोलते थे आसन पे बिराजिए, है ना?
Yeah.
आसन कीजिए. That was asan. So earlier, before as today's asan got developed, the rishis, the great saints, used to sit in one asan, which was cross-legged Padmasan. That was the asan. And they would meditate in that asan. Dhyan lagate the. That was yoga. Yoga means union. With what? The higher power, the universe, the divine. So asan was that. But some great rishis foresaw that us human beings are going to be very naughty. Naughty like this. Knotted, twisted beings. So we are not going to be as flexible, be able to sit in asan for long hours and meditate. We'll have gadgets in our hands, in our palms. We'll have so many distractions, lifestyle issues, too much easy access to food that we are going to cause a havoc in our body. Food has become so easily accessible. पहले क्या हुआ करता था? पहले we used to have to forage, go hunt, look for food. Therefore, we were very healthy because we were moving our bodies. है ना? To climb a tree, it was not easy. You had to have a strong core, strong limbs, great arms, strength, flexibility, everything used to be there. Had to be there. Otherwise, food nahi milta. But they saw that this is what is coming on. So they created asanas. They created asanas by looking at trees, mountains, animals, birds. And therefore, you hear these asana names named after all these creatures. Isn't it? There's Gomukhasan. There's Kakasan. Kakasan is after a crow. There's a crocodile pose, cobra pose, mountain pose, tree pose. What is this? Where does this come from? It came from nature. So these Rishi Munis, they said, okay, let's do a favor to these human people because they're not going to sit cross-legged and meditate. Because they will have aches and pains. They will not be moving their bodies. We've removed our Indian potty system also. We made it Western. So whatever little flexibility we used to have with our knees, in our knees by going down, squatting down. So beautiful our practice was. So what did we do? We installed a WC. And now we can't squat anymore. We can't sit down anymore. है ना? सत्यानाश कर दिया हमने. So asan became a physical movement, this, that. Can you excuse me for a minute? There's somebody at the door.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry for that. So what did asanas become? Hand extensions, leg extensions, spine movements, twists, all of that. Then it became aggressive asana practice. It became an exercise. Now what was the goal? To be able to sit cross-legged like I am and meditate. Why meditate? Silence the mind. Silence the mind so that we can be more focused, more productive, a better leader, better decision maker, declutter completely. Know what is really, really important in your life. Know those 1, 2, 3 things that you really need in your life. As a leader, what do you need in your life? No, we are cluttered. Now what do? We become aggressive in our asana practice also. Why? Because we want to shine. We want to have a great sexy body. And therefore, we make it into an exercise. So breath rate goes up, heart rate goes up, everything goes up. How is the mind going to be? The mind also, the activity goes up. Is the mind getting silenced with the modern day asana practices? No. If any of you have practiced the modern day asana practice, There's no silencing of the mind. But when you slow down that practice, the traditional, classical Hatha Yoga, that is when you slow down your breath. You slow down the number of thoughts in your mind. You slow down your body. And when you slow down all this, that's when you see things with clarity. You sense things clearly. Your intuitiveness goes up. Thank you, Lalita. So that asana and the therapeutic, the healing, the nourishing, the silencing asana practice is what one needs to introduce oneself to and needs the practice of. And trust me, you will get the byproducts, the side effects of a great skin, of a great sexy body. You don't have to do anything. Trust me on this. I don't do anything else, nothing else. Just the therapeutic asana practice followed by deep healing, nourishing pranayam practice, and then end with a vipassana meditation practice. That is a holistic practice. It's not halfway. It's not looking for certain benefits and then ending it there and saying, oh yeah, I'm now spiritual. Oh, now I'm a yogini. No. You're a yogini only when you are full of love. Every leading instruction that you give out is out of peace. And from that space of peace, every word that you say comes out with love. There's nothing else. There's no space for anything else. You're so calm and silenced within. It's just joyful. And it's only experience that can make you understand from your personal experience what I am saying. That there's no space for katuta, no bitterness. That's when you are in yoga with the divine. Yoga, joining, union. So pranayam and meditation. The final is meditation. All this is leading towards meditation. And asana, like I said, it relieves you of aches and pains in the body. It opens up. Shoulders open karta hai, spine open karta hai. Your lower back is opened so that you can sit in asana for long hours. So that's how a yoga practice makes you a better leader, because then you are leading your body, your stomach, your tummy, your taste buds, your thoughts, your actions, your words with awareness. Not that you're becoming a saint in one day itself. No, but okay, today I spoke with bitterness. You know what? This is the impact I am feeling in my body, in my mind. I'm suffering because I did this before, earlier in the day. So you're a better person because you're aware. Number one, awareness is step one. Second day, you will reduce the intensity of what you did the previous day. It is not going to be zero. I don't promise that. But it's going to be 10% less. And then later, it's going to be 10% less. So regular practice makes you aware that, oh shit, you know what? I lost my calm. And therefore, I made a mistake. How can I not lose my calm? I hope
great.
Your question.
Yes, you did. And now I'm actually becoming a disciple now because of yoga. See, what I strongly believed earlier is calming my mind is to know me better and understand me better, ask a lot of questions in me better is what the only dimension which I know. Today, it's more like me opening my mind, thinking that, oh, okay, yoga is also helping me to do this. Like you mentioned, what goes on in my years lingering is you can calm down, slow down, things will have a clarity around you. And I think as leaders, the more we slow down and, understand the vibration and show the energy better, the decision making, the stress control, all that is achieved.
Yes.
So once we achieve that, I think people around us are going to be happy with what kind of a decision we are making. Because like you said, once your heart is filled with love and peace, there is nothing more apart from joy you can share. There's no space for bitterness. There is no space. Now, to be very honest, like you said, I'm completely agreeing on that matter which you mentioned. You can only feel it when you experience it. it cannot be told or put in words. So like I said, it's just lingering in my ears right now. So possibly I'll be inclined on that matter soon, I believe.
Sure. If we have time towards the end of the session, maybe I can do some, 5-minute breath work, and you will get to experience a little bit at the tip of the iceberg.
Lovely, lovely. So see here, the challenge what I face right now is, to be very honest, as a professional, as a leader, or probably someone who's having a very busy routine, what I do is procrastination. Okay. I might start routine, but the consistency might not be, up to the mark of what I was expecting it to be. Second is honest laziness. Okay. Probably we are all routine in such a way. Sunday is late morning. We've all made up our mindset like that. At least I am like that. I wake up late in the morning on Sundays, do my chores, slowly, because it's Sunday. There is no other reason at all. So as Vasundhara, why don't you, lighten us on that matter? Give us small tips so that at least we can try practicing. At least I am going to try practicing and see whether it's helping us to reach to the place where you are guiding us to be.
I'd like to ask you all, how many of you procrastinate? Please raise your hands. All of you. Oh, Nilai, you don't procrastinate? How amazing. I'm a fan now of yours. All right. So everyone procrastinates. Thank you for raising your hands. It'll be nice to be honest to yourself when you procrastinate something, to know that you don't really want it.
Okay, that's deep.
Just sit with this thought. Do you really want it? Or are you okay with not having it right now? Maybe sometime later. There's no fire in your belly. So, honesty with yourself will give you peace. Just admitting that, hey, you know what? At some point in time, I would love to bring this into action and reality, but right now, I don't feel like it. May I focus my energies on something else that I'm more aligned with right now? And it could be that small step towards the big picture that you have in mind, that today I will do only this much. And my word is my commitment, that I'll move only like one little finger, I'll move today. That's it, nothing more. I don't feel like. That's it. Today my capacity, my willingness is only this much, and I move only this much. And then I'm at peace. And from that peace, there's a ojas, that is the energy, a very divine energy that's created, that leads you to your second step, to move that little finger and the ring finger puts together the next day. That you are capable and willing to do only this much. That's it. And rest and do your other thing. So procrastination, don't beat yourself hard because you're procrastinating. Oh, I am lazy. No, just you don't want to do it. Papa, just admit and sit with peace. Why do you want to beat yourself? Who are you competing with for first of all? And why do you want to compete? You have certain achievements, unique achievements in your life.
Yeah.
Which nobody else has. Right? Some of you are mother, a father, a grandparent, a business person, or something or the other, a leader. Not everybody here is the same as you are. So why would you want to accomplish something tomorrow when you can, at a lovely, easy pace, keeping your life in balance without playing around with your health, with your mental peace, with your relationships, that you're giving time to your family, your loved ones, you have a friend circle you hang out with, you entertain, you play, there's time for everything. So why are you hard on beating yourself over procrastination? If you are going hard on one goal of yours, then look at what else you're compromising. And maybe you're not ready to compromise the other aspects yet. And everything has to be in great balance. Slow is sexy. Go slow. One little pinky finger at a time. That's it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't owe your life to anyone. Not your parents, not your siblings, your spouses, anyone. You are your own leader and you set your own pinky goals every day. That's it. And you chill, put your legs up, relax, do shavasana and end your day. That's how it should be. And see how you progress little by little with joy. So that's my answer to your procrastination and laziness. Don't worry. You don't want it badly. अगर badly चाहिए होता ना अब तक कर दिया होता.
That's something mind-blowing, because most of the times when I go and talk about my own vulnerability, people will come with an advice saying that you should do this, you should do that, you should try this. Okay, maybe with the kind of society norms, I put this question saying this: how do I overcome this? Now this is new thought of telling me that you don't have to. You will do it in your own pace. Isn't it great to listen to somebody matching to our own thoughts? Great. You're, like I said, I'm becoming a fan of you with every question. I am openly admitting that, because the kind of vibe we all create, right? Especially Vasundhara, the vibe you create around us, it's more of a leaning towards you. Not everybody always listens. Okay, a certain amount of focus is distracted, but you are being a great speaker and someone who's able to connect even via online. Great. I'm like I said, I'm becoming a fan every minute. So one more question, last one. All right. So let's say that I feel a little low today. Okay. My kind of job and the work I do, be it home, be it professional, I am kind of low today. My energy is a little, in a very negative low side. So how yoga and practicing yoga there, and on that place saying that today is low, but let me do this, it'll help me. So how yoga is going to help me on that matter?
So whenever your energies are low, and what goes low, also know that it has to come up, and what is up, please know that it will go down.
True.
It teaches you to be equanimous, balanced, irrespective of the big curveballs that life throws at you, like this. One big bird will come at you and drown you, but you don't get drowned. You always are balanced. And how does that happen? Is through these beautiful, simple yoga practices. If you do this every single day, it works like magic. It works like magic. Or kya chahiye? You don't have to go to a doctor, you don't have to consult anyone, you are on top of your energies. You are a true leader of your own energies, your own self. And when you can manage yourself despite what's coming your way, you're a great leader. You can give better instructions, you can lead others with low energies better because you know how to come up from that space yourself. So you are more understanding, you're more empathetic, you have more compassion, and you only serve and lead with love. So asana practice opens up your body, welcomes in more prana into it, done with slow movements and slow breath, also integrates your mind and slows it down. Immediate high, 100% guaranteed. More powerful, once you've opened your body, you need to open up your mind, your senses completely. That is what pranayam does to you. Your capacity goes 1,000-fold high. It's just too deep to be expressed in words. And then you sit still in meditation. When the mind has opened up and become still, because your body is a statue. Why you're moving it so much is because you want to sit like a statue in meditation without aches and pains. Once your mind is still, so both your mind and body are still, you sit in meditation, and that's when all these practices will keep raising your prana. You have to note that food is also a lower element. It's an element that lowers your prana.
Okay.
So fried food, packaged food, stale food, reheated food, absolutely out of your diet. Tea, coffee, sorry to say, these are artificial enhancers, artificial energy boosters. Artificial, when it gives you an artificial high, it takes you even more low.
Yeah.
Notice fundamental thing about these foods. Tea and coffee are the only plantations where there's no fence around it. Has anyone visited a tree and or a coffee plantation? Please raise your hands. Has anybody? Yeah, quite a few. Have you seen a fence around tea, coffee plants? Why? Can anybody answer? Yes.
Nothing eats.
Yes. Yes. The cows, the goats, they don't go to eat tea, coffee leaves. They're so intelligent. Tea, coffee leaves are so toxic that they will not eat it. I was in the Himalayas last year in October, and when I was trekking, I saw this live, not with tea, coffee plantations, because these plants there, but there are other plants. The goat is so intelligent, it will only eat young leaves that nourishes it. It will not even eat fully grown leaves, dark leaves. It wants young leaves. Even if you feed her, she'll like, nah, ye aap khao. For you intelligent, very super intelligent, AI developing human beings, you eat these, dirty, ugly, messy stuff. I'm going to eat very amazing young leaves. I'm going to eat. So we have salads to eat, isn't it? How many of you eat salads?
Rarely.
Huh?
Very rare.
Divya very rarely. Ayagu does. Priyanka does. Nobody else. Pankaj is just smiling. So much energy these foods have. Instant elevators of your mood. Drink lots of water. Have lots of fruit juices. Empty stomach. This is just a tip of iceberg. If you get into your food philosophy, it's amazing. You don't need anything else. You will have so much understanding of how your body works. I ate this and my prana went up. I ate this, my prana depleted. Simple. So all these practices, food is also part of yoga. Ahar, vihar, achar, vichar. Ahar is your anna, food that you eat. Very, very important. One big pillar of yoga. Otherwise, you won't be able to sit still. You'll always want like कुछ तो है, potty नहीं हुआ या हल्का नहीं लग रहा है, constipated लग रहा है, gas हो रहा है. All these, they will not allow you to meditate. How will you meditate? Ahar, vihar. What activities are you doing? What movement are you giving to your body? So it can have the asana practice, it can have walking, anything. You're playing your badminton, whatever, physical active. Vihar, going for a walk with friends, Ahar, vihar. Achar. What is your dinacharya? Are you following the circadian cycle? Or are you against it? Do you switch on the light at night and become an owl? Or do you follow the other birds that wake up at sunrise and pack their bags, go off to sleep by sunset? और हमारा sunset को तो party शुरू होता है ना? So we start to hang out people, meet people. We want more, energizing elements at that point in time, and that's when the tea, coffee comes, alcohol comes, energy booster, smoking. So these are all against yoga philosophy. And then finally, the vichar, thoughts. That also plays havoc with your energies. If you're feeling low, think of the thoughts that you've thought throughout the day. What are you thinking? What are you entertaining in your mind right now, which is actually causing the low energy to take you down further? So that's ahar, vihar, achar, vichar. 4 important pillars of yoga. It's not about the mat. You don't need a mat. A rug, a towel is okay. What are you doing with the rest? That is important. Yoga life is a philosophy. It's a way of living your life, not just on a mat.
Great understanding, great connect towards what you're saying. It all makes sense now. Even though we all know what yoga is, even though we all know this, minute understanding of, micro level understanding of very small of yoga, now those senses are connected. Now you're telling, right? So your lifestyle changes because you're not able to sit still, but only when you take better food, it'll allow you to stay still. And why do you stay still? That also you gave that as an answer. So it's all connected. It's wonderfully put. It's amazingly told. Be very honest. It's great that I am being a part of this today, and I'm able to connect with so many things which I've always had a question when we introspect. When we always have we get stuck at the point of introspection. Like what? Why? I don't know. I need to ask. That created this today. The session created a lot of answering into ourselves. So that, oh yeah, this is why it is, and this is what it leads to. And finally, you touched upon this thought process, right? You also need to understand what are you entertaining? What thoughts are you entertaining to keep you low? Now, all this is very powerful question. As a leader, I feel very powerful for answering all these questions and listening to all these questions, right? Great knowing you, Vasundhara. It was one of the greatest day of my month today. I'm very grateful as well for all the team of Bija, and I'm so happy in that way. Thanks very much, Pankaj and Arul and Prakash, for putting me in this place of having this wonderful interaction with Vasundhara. I'm going to certainly keep in touch with you, ma'am, and keep me always up, which will be great for me to go ahead. Honestly.
There's one question in the chat box by Rajiv Ji. He says one influences the other.
So true.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And even when you are quiet, you are influencing others. Just by your presence, just by your energies, you're influencing, touching the lives of so many others. Which is why when you are at peace, and I keep harping on this, when you are at peace, people around you suddenly feel peace in your presence. That is your contribution. So to keep yourself at peace is your priority. That's how you lead. The other people just want to throng to you. They want to come to you. They want to be with you. Why? Because they feel nice. They feel calm, joyful, more productive. That's why we go to these dhyana kendras, these certain energy points where we have a different experience, energy experience. Why do we go there? Is because those places are emitting certain energies. Those kind of leaders, the people who we go and seek their presence, they also are emitting certain energy. They aren't necessarily talking all the time like a radio station, but they are emitting. Why? Because they have certain practices going on. There's some deep sadhana they are doing, right? Without fail. They aren't eating crap. They aren't thinking crap. They will never waste their energies speaking crap. That's how their energies are so high, and you want to just एक थोड़ा सा उसका एक taste लेना है, नदी बह रही है, huge river is flowing, pulsating, vibrating, dancing, and you just want to have a little taste of it. That's why you go to the river, and you sit by the river just watching in silence. It nourishes you. So to answer your question, yes, one influences the other deeply. We are all connected. We are all, every one of us, even on the other side of the globe, is connected.
The aura we spread is so strong. Be it either ways, it's so strong that it's attracting so much. And when we get this aura of the points you were mentioning, right, yoga points, I certainly believe that those points will attract us and make us come back again. Let's go there and be in peace. Let's not talk to anybody. I think most of the temples are built in that concept, if I understand it rightly. So it does start. I'm leaving the mic to Pankaj sir to proceed the day, because if you're going to talk about it, believe me, I'll be talking forever. And so in that point, I'm giving the mic to Pankaj sir. And thanks again for all this opportunity. It was wonderful and lovely meeting you, madam, today.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you for such a wonderful panel discussion. And it seems that, the time is going to be less for us. We can keep listening to Vasundhara. Actually, the kind of, things she's sharing. And I have heard this word, we've been hearing this words called aura, positivity, passion, right? And today we have seen live, okay? So, we can really sense that passion because you are totally involved in yoga. The aura around you, I mean, the kind of positivity which you have showed. So what Divya was mentioning that, there is sometimes people being online, they are, having a scattered thought process, they are disturbing, they are, here and there. But today, for sure, I'm telling you that today I've heard each and every word of yours, okay? And I'm trying to at least, trying to implement that. So yes, if by next time, if I'm going to hear this word passion, aura, or the positivity, it's going to be you, Ms. Vasundhara. Thank you so much for being a wonderful speaker today evening, really. And for sure, everyone sitting out in this room today might have taken some learning for sure. I mean, I can really sense, I mean, you are so fresh. I mean, we people are always, it takes time for us to smile, but you're not even taking an effort to smile, right? And that is also something, yes, I mean, that's a learning today we have. And Divya, I believe you will agree to this point.
Oh, yes,
Right.
sir. That's what I'm saying, right? See, to be very open with you, the kind of questions I prepared, I just stopped that and I wanted to just see her and ask her. I don't want to even look this side. I'm like so connected with her. To be very honest, digitally, we do a lot of training programs. We do a lot of connectivity towards digitally. But the less and less connectivity we do digitally, right? We understand other people, okay, maybe we are just distracting them. You did not allow us to do that for a second. You kept us so engaged. You kept us so, looking at you. Okay, what is oh my God, she's saying so many things. Okay, let's so way of narrating it and telling us and taking great.
So ma'am, we will be keep in touch, and now we'll not take much of time because
Yes.
we have the author for the day, and there's a quiz. So I will invite Mr. Lagu to conduct the quiz, and then once the quiz is done, once we have the winner, we would also like our author. We would also like to listen to our author also just for a couple of minutes, and then we will take it forward. So without taking much of time, I invite Mr. Lagu to conduct the quiz. So over to you, Mr. Lagu.
Thank you, Pankaj. And Vasundhara, it was awesome. You're glowing with energy. And thank you so much for this session. I feel blessed to be here. I have a lot of questions, but I'll ask one question for the quiz. She gave a beautiful explanation for procrastination and laziness. So what did she say?
So did we get any winner?
I think everybody answered in bits and pieces, but all were right. So Pankaj should
No,
decide.
you need to decide. You are the quiz leader today. So I would not,
That's a
I
tough
would give
job.
it to you. You take it up.
Maybe I think I would say Rajiv because he covered everything.
Okay. So congratulations, Mr. Rajiv, for being the quiz winner as decided by Ms. Alagu. Although everyone had answered it in their own way.
Others, please excuse me.
So because the quiz leaders this year is the final decision. Okay.
So everybody had answered
yes.
everything, but in bits and pieces. And I think what she said was, be honest to yourself and accept that you don't want it right now, and move one small pinky finger at a time.
Right. So Mr. Rajiv is the winner for today's book that is called Zero Limits by our author, Dr. Aruna Sankaranarayanan. So, Dr. Aruna, we would like you to unmute yourself and just talk about your book in just a couple of minutes and can also share your views. And after that, Mr. Rajiv, we would like to ask any question to our guest today, Ms. Vasundhara. You can ask that question as well. So, Aruna.
Thank you to Arul and all the organizers for having me today. It was delightful to be part of this discussion. And yes, Vasundhara is a hard act to follow. So I've been asked to just talk a bit about my book, which is titled Zero Limits, Things Every 20-something Should Know. And as the title suggests, this is a self-help book targeting people between the ages of 18 to 35 years. The book delves into issues that most people in their 20s contend with. This decade is especially significant for the vast majority of urban educated individuals, as several crucial decisions are made in this period that have long-term consequences on our lives. So from deciding a course of study, to choosing a career, to becoming financially independent, the choices we make in our 20s often influence the rest of our working lives. And yes, the seeds of leadership also are sown young, probably right in our 20s. Additionally, in this phase, relationships evolve in myriad ways. Youngsters may crave more autonomy from parents. They want to deepen relationships with friends, and also they may seek romantic partnerships. So Zero Limits, in addition to dealing with these issues, also examines other facets of successful adulting. So what do these include? So like our speaker beautifully put it today, it involves cultivating healthy lifestyle habits, building psychological resilience, pursuing lifelong learning, writing gender imbalances, and using technology more mindfully. So in the book, I use real-life examples from interviews of people in this age group, and I offer practical and actionable strategies that you can use after meaningful to navigate relationships more adroitly. So that, in a nutshell, is what my book is about. And it does touch upon many of the things that Vasundhara spoke about today, including the importance of incorporating physical exercise into our daily lives, not just for our bodies, but also for a healthy mind. Trying to cultivate mindfulness practices and building a psychological mindset that promotes resilience. And so I think the book does touch upon many of the themes that the speaker spoke about today. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Aruna, for sharing about your book. And Mr. Raji will be getting your book, Zero Limits. So thank you so much once again for spending your time. So without taking much of time, because already we are at 7:30. So now if there are any questions, we can take 1 or 2 questions with the guests. Rest you can put on the chat box, and you can also connect to Ms. Vasundhara over the LinkedIn. She would be happy to answer your questions once you get connected. And post that, we'll have a thanking video, and then we can close for the day. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask 1 or 2 questions to Ms. Vasundhara. She'll be happy to answer if there are any. Yes, Rajiv sir, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, please.
Thank you. Good evening. Everybody has already said all good things about this session, which is, it's very clearly there. The only thing is now, there are too many things where we have gone, haywire. Now, how do we start? Where is the beginning? For example, you said about the party. So it's not only that, late night eating junk food, so many things. So what is the starting point? Where do we start?
What's the most urgent thing in your life that needs focus right now? Most urgent.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I think I started working on it. For example, my sleep had gone haywire.
So Focus on that one thing. Let go of the others right now and complement it with a yoga abhyas. Start with a asana. Even better is a pranayam dhyan practice. You need to complement and make sure that you sleep by 10 o'clock. Wake up early. If you sleep by 10, if you need 8 hours of sleep, wake up at 6. Look for who is teaching at that time around you, who's available, what classes, online, offline, figure out and enroll quickly without delay.
Okay.
Don't waste your time.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Your life. One life. And this is not just about having a great lifestyle or a good health. This is you about purifying yourself. This life that you've got is to purify yourself so that you free yourself. Along with freeing yourself, you free your ancestors. You release them of the burden of being born again and again, hoping that somebody down the line will purify himself or herself so that we can relieve ourselves. So it's upon you now, sir, that you start purifying yourself, pinky step at a time. Start, quickly enroll, whatever is available, jo bhi hai, enroll, start, and you will know whose energy are you liking, which teacher you are vibing well with. 2-4 change करके आपको पता चलेगा. You understand Hindi, right?
Yes.
So you will understand who's giving me the most energy, whose energy am I feeling calm in. वो आपकी टीचर या आपका टीचर, and लग जाओ. Start your journey. Automatically your other aspects, नींद आना शुरू हो जाएगा. Your appetite for junk food will start going down. So there won't be any suppression. Suppression causes a volcano to erupt later. So you suppress your desire, you want vada pav, vada pav, vada pav, you say, okay, not today, not today, not today. On 10th day, you will have 2 vada pavs instead of 1. Or you will end up having vada pav, pizza, pasta, all the junk you can imagine because you suppress the desire. So suppressing is not good. Look at what is needed right now. Priority is sleep. Okay, start sleeping. Start saying no to things that are not working in your life. And abhyas. Because that abhyas will naturally take your sensory, demands down. Naturally, no force. It happens with so much love. But you need to have patience and do it religiously every single day of your life. See, there'll be a naked woman walking in front of you. You won't even want to look at her. You will reach a state. You'll so content within vada pav, party, daru, koi bhi, nothing will move you. Pinky step at a time.
Happy I asked that question. A lot of clarity, some more things you clarified.
Yes. Start your abhyas. Make use of this lifetime.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajiv. So we'll have one last question. I believe Mr. Lagu wants to ask a question. So Mr. Lagu, you can ask your question. And then
yeah, I actually don't have a question. If anybody has, they can ask. I just wanted to mention something which I mentioned in my today's post as today's International Yoga Day. With yoga, body benefits from movement and mind benefits from stillness. I just wanted to worth mentioning it here, I thought.
Okay. So, do we have any other question? Is there anyone who would like to ask any question?
All right.
Okay. Sir, you can ask the question.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Actually, the session is good. I have one question. The question is, there are lots of people around us doing yoga. Which person is good and he is trustworthy to believe in? How to find him?
Okay, very important question. Any master whose presence makes you feel calm instead of feeling agitated. Somebody in whose presence your mind becomes calm, your body stills, you feel happy, you feel motivated. There's no competitiveness. There's no pushing you to do this, do that, do more, bend more, try touching this, nothing. It's just easy becoming one with your divinity. When you feel that oneness within you, that is the right teacher for you. and you will know. किसी को जैकपॉट एक झटके में मिल जाता है, किसी को 4-5 चेंज करना पड़ता है, and then you find the right fit. कपड़ा जैसे शॉपिंग करने जाते हैं वैसे you need to try a few and then figure out who is the best for you. मन को शांति मिलनी चाहिए, कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस नहीं होना चाहिए और कंपैरिजन भी नहीं कि अरे वो तो और कितना बड़ा कर रही है और बहुत कितना आगे है, मैं तो कुछ नहीं. नो नो, you are where you are. Make peace and be happy with what you are, where you are. That's where your competition is only you from yesterday. That's it.
Thank you, Paul sir. Thank you. So now I believe Mr. Prabhakaran is also there, and Priyanka also want to ask a question. So I would give it to Mr. Prabhakaran first. So Prabhakaran sir, you can ask the question, and Priyanka would appreciate if you can take the quick question after Prabhakaran sir, and then we'll have the summary for the day, because I believe Miss Vasundhara would also have her other engagements in the evening. So we'll not take much of time, ma'am. So just another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll close it off, right? So
thanks, Pankaj.
Prabhakaran sir.
Thanks, Pankaj. Mine is not a question. Actually, it is a strong compliment or appreciation.
Okay.
Vasundhara ji, I'm following Divya. I'm also your fan now. And the way you put things forward, the pace at which you presented, actually, I went back to school, to be honest. So like a school teacher, you were narrating. And with your pace, our modes, our agitation also came down, and you are a wonderful teacher. Hats off. Thank you.
Thank you
so
much.
So Divya, a quick question from your end, and then we'll move to Senthil sir.
I believe
Divya ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. I don't have any question. I just want to thank you, and I also believe one thing that मैम जो बचपना होता है ना मैम, वो कभी जाना नहीं चाहिए. तो आपके वो सारी चीजें हैं, एंड रियली जैसे सबने कहा कि वी आर योर बिग फैन, एंड मैंने तो पहले ही आपको कनेक्ट कर लिया है. एंड मैम आई आल्सो बिलीव दैट स्माइल शुड नॉट गो अवे, कोई चाहिए. सो यू आर वंडरफुल. Love you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, really. And thanks to Prakash sir, Pankaj sir, Arul, and all the person who are sitting there, जिन्होंने Leaders Connect से join किया. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you.
Sorry, you can.
Thank
please.
you, ma'am.
Okay, so here I would like to invite Mr. Senthil. Senthil sir, you are invited to do the most important thing and the thing which you are known for. So please summarize the session for the day, please.
Thank you very much, Pankaj, and thank you very much, Vasundhara. Today's session was really resonating with the Yoga's Day, International Yoga Day. So without pressing much of my valuable time, let me go directly to the takeaway of this session. So everything is driven from mind. So uncluttered mind and calm mind will bring more focus. Calm mind brings more positive emotion feelings by letting it go all positive thoughts within ourselves. Good yoga mat, irrespective of whatever the material it is, it separates the earth from our body, which really imbibes the positive energy so that it doesn't drain to the earth. There are three traits. One is a good food, like sattvic. Second is good teacher, and having a healthy lifestyle. This brings more effective in a yoga practice, and this helps you to lead ourselves as well as to become more mindful on what you say and become more thoughtful on what you act and do. So this also reduces the thoughts, and slowing down the breath will bring more clarity in our mind process. The sign of yogini is when we get calm and peace, we do and accept everything with love and passion. So we become more aware on what we do and what we experience. Honesty and reality will give more peace by setting pinky goals as a baby step to commitment. To be more equanimous and follow healthy diet and practice yoga, bring mind and body to still. And there are four thought process. One is achar, which is related to food, what we have. Vigor, related to body movement. Third is achar, which is related to circadian lifestyle, by going to bed early, not switching on the light and going late. And last but not least is vichar, having a positive thoughts. These are the key takeaways from today's session.
Beautiful, beautiful. There's one small correction I want to make is it's only during yoga sadhana that you separate yourself from earth. By yourself, cushioning yourself with a something, be it a mat, towel, anything. Otherwise, earth energies are very healing energies.
Okay.
So you barefoot on earth, you sleep naked on the floor, and see how you become one with Mother Earth. And her healing energies just nourish you and calm you. Just try that, take off all your clothes and sleep on the floor. Of course, you can shut the doors and windows and everything and just do that and see how calming that is. But in that, it is not a yoga sadhana. In yoga sadhana, you're raising your energies. You're raising your kundalini energies. And therefore, you don't want the earth to become a conductor of those energies, right? Because you're trying to raise your prana, raise your kundalini so that you get some mystical, magical, beautiful healing experiences, right? So that's the difference. I just wanted to rectify, not our enemy. She's superb.
So thank you, Senthil sir.
Thank you.
Priyanka, without taking much of time, would like to take the vote of thanks, please. To the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. What to say, ma'am?
I want to thank each one of you for being here, for patiently listening to me, and to the whole community. Arulji, who is coordinating with me all throughout, and the leaders here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Divya, for your lovely questions, thoughtfully put out. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such great participants. I love you. Stay blessed and stay enlightened.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we invite a top management leader from a reputed corporate company to suggest some solutions for a real-time leadership challenges. Like today, we have invited Vasundhara ma'am. A big smile on my face. Now I'm happy to share our next week episode. Leaders Connect 360 present rocket goals online and exclusive online networking. Me designed to connect professionals from diverse industries and foster meaningful collaborations to achieve goals. On 28 June 2023, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Registration link for the episode will be shared through social media platform. It is very simple to join our community. It gives me an immense pleasure to thank our guest Vasundhara ma'am and our panel discussion leader Divya ma'am and our author
Miss Aruna
ma'am. Sorry ma'am. For spending your valuable time in sharing your experiences, solution, and guests and others in the house kindly accept our gesture of thanking through a medium of thanking video. We request the new members and visitors to stay tuned till the end as time is not allowing us today.
Yeah, so we will have it next time.
Yes.
So we'll just have a thank you video and then we'll close for the day.
Okay.
So
Thank you
Arun,
so much.
if you can have that thank you video.
Yes. And sorry, Aruna ma'am, for forgetting your name. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm really sorry, ma'am.